Hello. So I'm partnering today with Beautiful Cosmetics from Wander Beauty. And they've asked me to do a video showing you how their products will work and especially how they'll work on an older woman. So I'm going to use the products that I had advertised to you earlier, which are beautiful, and I will explain them to you each one as I do them. So I'm going to start with the eye primer. Now their eye primer is a tube, and it's called Smooth Sailing 360 Eye Primer. So before I start, I also want to say that if you're an older woman and you're doing your makeup, your two best friends are a magnifying mirror, scary as they are, and Q-tips. I mean, I couldn't put on my makeup without those two things. So we're going to start with the eye primer, which is really nice and it glides on really smoothly. Spread all around with the fingertips, blend it in. I kind of just go by feel as to whether or not I've got enough of it on. Okay, there we've got the eye primer on. Now sometimes when I'm home alone, I will let this dry a little bit just because I think things glide on. If it gets a little tacky, if it's a little bit wet, your eyeshadows might just not go on as smoothly. So after that, I do the eyes first, and then that way you can clean up anything that falls down on your face before you put on your foundation. So here's the palette that we're going to use. It's called Wander Chill. Wander Chill. And these are the colors. Now normally I don't use colors that have any iridescence to them, but most of Wander's colors do, so let's just see what happens. I think we'll try today, I think we'll go with the Cocoa. So I put that on with a brush. Goes on very smoothly, very nice. And then I do a little bit in the eye crease. There you go. Then I take a little bit, take another brush, let me find the right brush here, and I would use the lighter, this one is called Snowbird, for the corners of my eyes, just to brighten up the shadow there and get into this shadow area of your eye here, because that will open up your eye. Again, getting into the shadow area. And then if you get a little too much, we take our trusty Q-tip and tone it down just a little bit. Now that opens up your eyes quite a bit. Now what I don't have from Wander, I neglected to ask them for it, is an eyeliner. So I'm just going to go ahead and use one that I have. And I'm sure theirs is wonderful. I always use an eyeliner. And yes, it does take a little bit longer to get things even at our age. I see that I got a little bit course there, so the crusty Q-tip will take care of that. Just even them off. And there we have the eyeliner. Now, of course, you can use any eyeliner, and I am going to try Wander's eyeliners and see what they have. So the next thing is their mascara, which is very unique. It's the first mascara I've ever used that comes in a tube. And it is called Volume and Curl Mascara. And I'm not sure what this color is, though. Well, they have various colors for you to choose from. Well, this is Tarmac. And they have a brush that, I don't know if you can see it, it's curved. First time I've ever seen this also. Now when I put on mascara, I generally put on many, many coats. The first coat I put on lightly, because you want to keep your lashes separated. You don't want them to start clumping together. So I put on probably 4 or 5 coats. And this mascara goes on beautifully. Now there's 2 coats. You could stop there, but I do like a little bit more. False eyelashes are the popular thing these days, and I did wear them when I was younger, but I don't know if I want to go there again now. So the alternative is just use a lot of coats of mascara. And if you've got a good mascara like this, it will not clump. It will keep your lashes separated and just coat them. And I like the idea of this angled brush because you can really turn it to get into the areas that you want to get into. Okay, now one more over here and we will be done with the mascara. Okay, so there we have Cocoa Shadow, eyeliner, and mascara. Now I may come back and adjust some of that later, but for now I'm going to go on to the foundation. For the foundation, they have a wonderful concealer, which I really like. I've never seen one like this that has the 2 different ways of applying it. It is called Wander Beauty Duelist Concealer. And you can either use it this way, in tube form, or unscrew the base and have the liquid form. Now for me, I think the liquid form will be better just because my skin's a little bit dry. So this would go on, sometimes I put it on just the darkest shadows before the foundation, and sometimes I put it on after. I'm going to do a little of each this time. I'm going to just dot a little in here where my deepest circles are. And I like to mostly pat. Be amazed at how quickly it gets absorbed in, even with just patting it in. So we're going to come back to this after we do the foundation. Now the foundation that I am testing is the powder foundation. It is Wander Beauty Light that I am using, and it comes like this and has this nice applicator here. Now this is the first time I'm using this applicator, so bear with me. I generally use my fingers, but you can see the coverage I'm getting already. It's really extremely light and goes on very, very smoothly. And you can see the difference between these 2 sides already. I may experiment further and see how it goes on with a makeup foundation brush also. But this is evidently the way they're recommending to use it since it comes with this nice applicator. So there, that's good on one side. Now let's go over here. I have more spots over here that need covering, but we'll come back and do that with the concealer. Don't want to overdo it with the makeup. I mean, it would be nice to think that we could cover up all the imperfections, but we're not going to. And if you try, you're just going to make yourself look silly because it's going to be very, very obvious. Now when I use liquid foundation, I generally put it on my lips also. Truthfully, I'm not sure how this will work on the lips, but let's give it a try. Because I think the lipstick goes on much smoother and a better look if you have a foundation first. Okay, that's a nice light touch of foundation. Now let's see what we can do with the concealer. We're going to use the wand. First of all, I don't like these bumps here on my face. So let's just see if we can cover